Hey everyone, it's been a while. I've got a lot of stuff to go over, and I've got an important message that actually comes from somebody else. I'll share, I'll explain. The title of the video will make a lot more sense in the end, but let's jump right into the first vlog in about a week. Hello everybody, I'm back from Phoenix, Arizona. It was so unbelievably hot. I could not even think to hold the camera, and frankly, I just did not do a lot of running out there. It was about 115 degrees daily. Even at nighttime, 1, 2 in the morning, it was over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And that was just unbelievably hot to me. I was there for a bachelor party for one of my best friends in the world, so it wasn't something that I was willing to miss or that he would have wanted me to miss. The activities, the late nights, all that stuff. I generally kept things a little bit calm for myself, but I was still out late. I was still just exhausted from the heat and all the activities and driving around, moving around. And, when I got home on Monday, which was also the day my flight landed, 2 a.m., which was technically Monday morning, I started working on Monday, and at some point I fell asleep and was asleep for like 24 hours. So I was absolutely exhausted. If you want to see a little bit of what I was able to do in Phoenix, check out the Strava. But we'll move forward from here. I'm going to go for a run today, and ultimately I just want to touch on a really important subject that came out of actually the World Championships in Oregon, specifically from Kira D'Amato, who, if you don't know, is a top-level runner out there in the world. She competed at the World Championships as one of 3 U.S. runners in the marathon. She also has a world record to her name currently, so really competitive, really strong runner. And I just want to touch on something that she posted on her Instagram page. There's been a lot of things in the last, 5-10 years where, talking about body weight and just body shape and size has been detrimental to some runners. So anyway, I'm going to read it off my phone because it's a long post, but again, I think it's important. She said, during the World Championships, I sat next to a stranger who said I looked fit and asked if I run. I was proud to share that I'm a marathon runner. Little did he know I competed days before in the conversation and finished 8th in the world. His reaction was, "You're big for a marathon runner." I wanted to turn off this conversation, but despite my attempts with closed off body language, he continued. He couldn't believe I ran the marathon and wanted me to agree that I must have been one of the larger runners in the field. I asked him how that was in any way relevant to how fast I ran. I tried my best to shut this conversation while desperately hoping he is not a coach or has any influence over the athletes. This perspective is so wrong, and it breaks my heart that other athletes, girls, women, etc., should be getting this terrible advice from someone in a position of trust and power. I was relieved to leave my seat and laugh it off, but it keeps coming back to me that other people are hearing this. It feels easy for me to brush it off when I compete at a high level, but it breaks my heart on a larger scale. I want to scream it from the rooftops. There's no ideal body weight. Every body is a runner's body. Food is not only fuel, but also nourishment, joy, culture, and keep your mouth shut about other people's weight and body size. I've been extremely lucky to be surrounded my entire career with coaches with this mentality. The only times food has come into the conversation is when they have been encouraging me to make sure I'm fueling enough to have enough energy to perform at my best. I'll wrap up my rant with this. You shouldn't be going to bed hungry. If you're feeling lightheaded or dizzy on a run, working out, you are likely underfueling. Consider talking to a registered dietitian. Don't listen to the critics talking about your weight or size. By sticking to a training routine, your body will figure out the most efficient weight. So that was the post. That was the full, text from her post on her Instagram page. And again, I just think it's important for everybody here. Obviously, she felt it was important for everybody to hear. There's no right body size. Going out for a run in particular to change your body size or change your weight is probably not the healthiest. It's okay to go into running to be healthier. And I think, like she said, as you eat and you continue to run and you don't necessarily force any dieting, your body weight will naturally come down a little bit. Other things will happen. Maybe you'll burn some fat off, whatever. But don't try and fit a certain body size as you get into running. Let the running come to you. Let yourself find your rhythm. Let yourself find your pace. Continue with it. Keep focused. Keep going out there and getting what you need to do done. And just let everything naturally happen to your body that's supposed to. You don't need to change who you are to go for a run. So I know all that's a lot, some of it's kind of heavy, but we'll leave it at that. I'm happy to hear some of the comments down below if anybody has any comments about it or questions about it. Also, if you recognize where this t-shirt's from, definitely leave it in the comments down below. It's a nice little addition to my running type stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to lighten it up a little bit with the shirt, and let's get outside and go for our 4-mile run as we continue training for the Chicago Marathon at 240 pounds. Oh man, this weather feels amazing. It feels dry compared to the last couple weeks in New York, and honestly, it's still in the low 80s, but it's over 30 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than I was used to for the last couple days. So I apologize again for sort of disappearing for about a week. I had started vlogging, you know, a couple times throughout the trip. Tight road. Yeah, started vlogging a few times throughout the trip, just getting some footage of the house and different activities we were doing. But, you know, this is ultimately, or it was, a bachelor party for one of my best friends, and you know, I owed it to him to be there for the activities and everything. And you know, I couldn't slip off, you know, and start editing videos on Final Cut or whatever. Just didn't really have the time for myself, as I was sticking with the group and just hanging out and participating in all their stuff. So didn't really have a chance to do a video, but I'm glad to be able to come back and deliver a strong message that I believe in, and just share what Kira shared with the world as well. So let's get this run done, and we'll be back to our regular schedule like before. My 400, so I'm not on the track. 400 stretch. All right, that feels nice. It's like a whole nother world out here, even from yesterday in New York. It's just drier and definitely cooler than the last few days before I was away in New York and yesterday in New York. So feels really good to be out here. Went out at about 9:30 average pace, heart rate a little high, around 150 beats per minute today. I was just kind of chugging along up some hills on that route, so elevated my heart rate a little bit. Plus I, you know, have been missing some of the long runs and stuff with the heat, so things were a little shortened. Maybe it made my heart rate a little higher, I don't know, but I felt good, and I'm sure everything will kind of normalize again very soon. So sorry again for being away. Had to do it, had to be there for my friend, and I'm back here for all of you on YouTube now, and we'll continue training for the Chicago Marathon. Big message I just wanted to share again today. It applies to me, and it really applies to everybody. I hope nobody's out there feeling like they need to change who they are to run, and you know, let everything just come to you and get out there and have fun and enjoy running. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.